Very good morning, dear children. I'm Priyanka Fartyal, your science teacher. First of all, everybody take out your science textbook. Now, today I'm going to start new chapter, that is chapter number 4, sorting materials into groups. I hope that all of you have taken out your science textbook, and let us just begin with this chapter, sorting material into groups. Let us just talk about the first name of this chapter. Okay, that is sorting. The meaning of the sorting is to put things into different groups or place according to their type. Okay, now let us come to the second word of this chapter is materials. So what is the meaning of materials? The matter in which an object is made is called material. Let me give you one example of the material. Table is made up of wood. So we can say that wood is a material. Okay, I think it is clear to you that what is sorting and what is material. Okay, now let us come to the first topic of this chapter, that is objects around us. Everybody, you all are seated in your home. You have to do one thing right now. Just look around yourself and see the different types of the object which are around you. Chair are there, table, freeze, utensil in the kitchen, almirah, all these things are there. So we have seen that our food and clothes have so much variety. Yes or no? We have already studied about the variety in the food in the chapter number 1. Okay, so we have studied about all these things in the chapter number 1 about the food and the food items. So not just food and the clothes have that much of variety of the object every day. We see around us a chair, black cart, cycle, and cooking utensils, books, clothes, and so many things. So all these objects are of different shape, color, and they are of different size. Okay, so when we look around us, so we see that the different types of the objects are there, and we can classify them and we can group them according to their shape and size. So in this chapter, what we are going to talk about is the different types of the objects according to their appearance, according to their shape and size and color. We group them. Okay, so let us just talk about this. The very first thing is that the materials which are around us. So let us just see this materials around us. When we look around, we find ourselves surrounded by a number of objects. Some of these different objects are made from a number of different materials, and some are made of a single materials. Okay, so these are objects. Let me give you the example of the material which are made up of a single matter. Okay, so single materials object are chair. Chair is made up of wood, and chair is made up of plastic also. Okay, so this is the example of the material which is made up of a single item. Okay, single material. Now you can see that chair and books, notebooks, all these things are around you, and all these different types of things like compass, pen, pencil, all these things are inside your box. These all are made up of different things, and some of the objects are made up of two different materials. Okay, so let's just come to the first activity of this chapter. So the activity first, let us collect as many objects as possible from around us. each of us could get some everyday objects, some home, and we could also collect some object from the classroom. So in this activity, what you have to do, you have to collect the objects. Okay, so in the classroom, you can just write down that in the classroom, the chalk and the pencil, notebook, rubber, duster, and whiteboard, all this chair, table, all these things are there in the classroom. Okay, now, and you can also think of the objects which you cannot collect, but you can just think of it like trees and doors and tractor. You cannot collect them, but all these things are also made up of materials. Okay, so the wall also, bricks we can use for making wall, and doors are made up of wood. Okay, and tractors and road also. So what you have to do here is you have to separate the things which you have collected, like which things are made from paper or wood, and some things are made from the other material also, so you can group them in different types. Okay, now let's come to the very first table here, table number 4.1, objects and the materials they are made up of. So first of all, the first object which is written here is plate. Plate is made up of what? Steel, glass, plastic. So here is written that pan is made up of plastic and metal. So same like this, you can write any other object here, and this is made up of which material. Okay, so you have to do this by yourself. And now come to the next is activity 2. So in the activity 2, table 4.2, what you have to do is you have to write down the different types of objects that are made from the same material. For example, wood is here. Wood is, and from wood we can make chair, table, all these things also. And from paper, what we can make, books, notebooks, newspaper, all these things. So everybody, you have pen or pencil in your hand, so you can write. Okay, so in the book you can write with the pencil only. Okay, so write down that leather, from leather which things we will make. So leather bags and leather jackets also, we wear leather jackets in the winter season. Okay, and the purse also, all these things, and sofas also, you can write any other thing which will come in your mind also. Okay, and now come to the plastics. Everybody know that the polythenes are made up of plastic, that polythene bags. Okay, the plastic bags, and the toys, chair, table, all these things are made up of plastics. Now come to the cotton. First of all, we have already talked about this, the cotton, in chapter 3rd. So fabric we can make from cotton. Okay, and what other thing? Mattress, pillows. Okay, so you can write anything which is coming in your mind here, and in the second column you can write the other material also. So what we have studied today is the objects which are surround us, and we are classifying them according to their shape, size and appearance. So these things we have discussed in today's class about the materials and about the sorting, why we are sorting them. Okay, and the grouping of the materials on the basis of their shape, size and color, all this thing. and we know that one material, the material is not just made from the, not just only made from the one thing. It is also made from the two things, two materials also. This we have discussed in today class. So your homework for the today is do activity 1 and fill the table number 4.1, and activity 2 fill the table 4.2. Okay. So thank you everyone for the class. Revise whatever we have discussed in today's class. Okay, and read the chapter.